Welcome to Tax Insights, presented by Hawkins Ash CPAs.
And good morning, listeners. Welcome back to Tax Insight here on WOMT with Jeff from Hawkins Ash. Jeff, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Terry.
How are you?
Doing well.
It is a busy week in Wisconsin and the PPP.
It is, so let's get right to it.
Awesome, man. So Wisconsin's Governor Evers, he signed the bill to make the PPP expenses deductible. Did I hear that correctly?
That's right. So remember, we talked last week about the fact that Wisconsin, prior to the governor signing that bill, was taxing PPP funds. Well, late last week, he did sign the bill, and now those PPP expenses are deductible. So now they follow the federal rules, and everything is not taxable. So that's good news for small businesses.
That is great news. But Wisconsin went even further, if I'm understanding correctly, right?
Yeah, they did. So, prior to this bill, you had to pick up your PPP income on your tax return. Well, not only did they make that exempt, but they also went further and they said, we have a number of grants that Wisconsin has given. And those grants, which are taxable for federal, are now not taxable for the state of Wisconsin. So this is things like the We're All In grant, some farm support programs that were out there, lodging and theater grants, and more. All those are non-taxable now for Wisconsin. They are taxable for federal, but not for Wisconsin. So, like I said, welcome changes to businesses who continue to struggle.
Awesome. Now, shifting gears, though, on Monday, there were also changes made to the overall PPP loans, right?
There is. So the Biden administration wanted to focus on small businesses that are still being affected by this COVID pandemic. So beginning on Wednesday, February 24th, yesterday, if you're listening live, they instituted a 14-day period where only businesses with 20 employees or less could apply for PPP loans. Others can continue to apply, but their loans will not be processed for at least 2 weeks.
So what kind of small businesses are they actually targeting with this initiative?
They're really targeting the businesses that, like I said, have less than 20 employees, but also some that have no employees and like sole proprietors, independent contractors, and other self-employed individuals. They're also looking, for those businesses to change the formula on how the loans are calculated to get even more benefit from these businesses. And what they're looking to do is establish a $1 billion set aside for businesses kind of in this category, the real small employers in low and moderate income areas.
Wow. What else is going on from this past week? Because I know a lot has been going on.
Yeah, we talked a little bit last week about the COVID-19 legislation that's kind of working its way through Washington. That has now cleared the House Ways and Means, and I read that it'll be going to the Senate next week. It still has in there the $1,400 direct stimulus payments to taxpayers. It's going to potentially triple the earned income tax credit for workers that don't have children. It still has in it what we talked about last week, which was the $3,000 to $3,600 child tax credit. And they're going to make that, potentially payable over the course of a couple months so that you don't have to wait for that amount to come. Another thing that we didn't talk about last week is they're looking to expand, the child and dependent care credits, essentially the daycare credit, to allow families that fit within an income range to deduct or get a tax credit for about half of their child care expenses. So that's going to be big for working families.
Yeah.
And they've done a lot of other things, including looking at taking this paid sick leave and extending that. Right now it goes through March 31st. They're looking to extend that out to September 30th. And the employer retention credit, which we also talked about before, to the end of December. So those are some of the things that are still in there as of this point.
Jeff, a lot of great information each and every week here in Tax Insight. Time is running up here. How do people connect with Hawkins Ash and the team that you guys have?
I would go right to our Facebook page and like that, and go to our Twitter and follow us there.
Awesome, Jeff. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you next week.
This has been Tax Insights, presented by Hawkins Ash CPAs. Learn more online at hawkinsashcpas.com. Hawkins Ash CPAs, part of your business, part of your life.